Now I thought today I'd have some fried chicken. Now we're going to dip it in breadcrumbs, add some herbs and spices and make that coating really delicious. Now it's nice and simple to do. I'm going to be using breast of chicken, which I'm going to slice down to make thinner pieces, but there's no reason you couldn't cut them into chunky bits and have nuggets and, you know, serve it up what you want. You can either have it in a bun, you know, like a chicken burger, or you could serve it up a bit of mash, some veg. It's entirely up to you, but the chicken is finger licking good, so give it a go. So for making up this fried chicken, I'm just going to go through the ingredients I'm going to use. Now I've got my chicken breasts there. I've got 4 of them, but you could do this recipe with 3. I kind of based it on 3, but I've got 4 because one of them I'm just going to, you know, cut them into chunky bits so we can show you how to make the chicken nuggets, you know. Now what I'm going to do is with 3 of these, I'm just going to slice them down maybe in 2 or 3 pieces for each one. Depends how far you want it to go. Obviously the thicker it is, the longer you need to cook it. Now apart from the chicken breasts, we've got flour, plain flour. Now the reason I've got that is because you dip your, you know, piece of chicken into the flour, and that then helps the beaten egg stick to it. So once you've got the egg on it, then you're going to dip it into the breadcrumbs. So it goes flour, egg, breadcrumbs. Now with the breadcrumbs, I've got these ones. These are called panko, which are Japanese super crispy breadcrumbs. I've been using those, absolutely love them. But you know, don't worry if you haven't got those. Obviously make up your own from old bread, or you can buy, you know, just normal breadcrumbs, whatever you can get from the shop. Now to the breadcrumbs, I'm also going to add this spice mix. Now the spice mix I've got, I'm going to use teaspoon measurements. I've got 2 teaspoons of herbs de Provence. Now this one's a really nice mixture. The first ingredient I think is actually rosemary, and it's got thyme, but it's got a lot of other flavours, and it's just a lovely blend of herbs. If you can't get that one, you could use mixed herbs, Italian herbs, or just make up your own mixture, 2 teaspoons. Now I've also got half a teaspoon of mustard powder, half a teaspoon of ground ginger, slightly less than half a teaspoon of cayenne chili pepper, which is just going to give it a little bit of heat. And I'd say probably about 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper. So all that mixture is going to go in the breadcrumbs, so when you bite into it, you're going to have some wonderful flavours in those breadcrumbs, which is all stuck to that wonderful bit of chicken. Now I've also got some oil. Use obviously any oil you want. I've got sunflower oil, and what I'm going to do is, you know, put a good glug of that in and mix in a little bit of toasted sesame oil. That just gives it an extra flavour, and it's delish. So what I'm going to do now is get it all prepared, sliced up, chopped up, beaten up, and I'm going to go over to the hob, get on with the cooking. So we're just about ready to get on with the cooking. Now what I am going to do is, just with the meat, I'm just going to put a little bit of that freshly ground black pepper, and I might as well put the last bit in there. I've got some salt, so you do want to season the meat separately. Put a little bit in the flour and a little bit in the egg as well. Now with this spice mix, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that in a bigger bowl because it just makes it easier for dipping in, and just put that spice mix in there, and what we can do is just mix it up, and I think that's good. So I think we're pretty much ready to go, so let's get the oil in the pan. Now with the oil, you do want to put a good layer of oil there, like that. And then to flavour it up, obviously as I said, I've got the toasted sesame oil. Now if you smell that, oh, it's got a lovely nutty flavour. That is beautiful. You don't need a lot of it, but a little bit will give it a beautiful flavour. So add some of that if you can. Now just going to switch the heat on. I'd say you want to put it about medium heat. Now whilst we're waiting for that to come up to the heat, what I'm going to do is, with these slices, I'm just going to first of all go in with the flour. Like that. Lovely. pop it into the egg, get it well coated with the egg. Oh, I can smell that toasted sesame oil already. It's lovely. Go in with the breadcrumbs, put those on top, get them well mixed. I mean, if you wanted to, there's no reason you couldn't even pop that back in the egg, flip it over, come back out, and go like that. Double dip. Double dip's always good. Makes it lovely and crispy, and just makes it more enjoyable. So there we go, that one's been double dipped, and I'll do that with all the rest. When the oil has come up to heat, not quite there, nearly, then we can just pop it in, get it cooking. So let's just pop that one in. Oh, look at that one. That looks delish. And I'll do that with the other three of them. So I've managed to get 3 in the pan, couldn't get the 4th one in there. Now what you want to do is just make sure you've got a little bit of colour before you flip it over. Roughly you want to cook for about 3 minutes on each side. The main thing is, don't let the breadcrumbs burn, and make sure it's cooked inside. You can always, once you think it's cooked, open it up a little bit and make sure that it's nicely cooked all the way through. Now I'm just going to flip one of these over to start with. Oh, look at the colour on that. That looks gorgeous. Wonderful, wonderful. Now what I am going to do is, just turn the heat down a little bit, because you don't want to cook it too quick, because it gives you the impression it's all cooked and the inside it's not. But turn it down a little bit, keep it sort of ticking along, and we can flip it over, just build that colour up and make sure it's all nicely cooked, and then you can serve it out. Now again, I'm just going to turn mine over. Lovely and crispy. Oh! Now we pretty much had, roughly, I'd say about 3 minutes each side. I might just give it 1 more minute on one side, 30 seconds on the other, and then that is ready to serve up. But they look absolutely gorgeous. The coatings will be nice and crunchy, and it's going to have so much flavour. Now for cooking up the chicken nuggets, just do the same process as what we've done. So chop your chicken up into nice chunky pieces, roll it around in the flour, get it nicely coated, then go into the egg, and then straight into the breadcrumbs, roll it around, pop them in the frying pan, and what you want to do is cook them until they've got a nice golden brown colour and you know it's cooked inside. Remember, you can always open up one and have a look. So let's serve those up, go and enjoy. Now I'm going to serve mine up. Obviously we've got the chicken nuggets here, and we've got these beautiful pieces we cooked a little bit earlier. They cooled down slightly. Now I think this is the one we double dipped. Oh, look at that. That looks absolutely scrummy. Let me try it. Oh, that is so crunchy. So delicious. And with those herbs and spices, it is scrummy. Oh, I'm going to try this one. Oh. I'm going to go for that one. That is not only the biggest chicken nugget I've ever had. It's without doubt the most delicious. And this is just a bigger version of it. Oh, these are so good. So chicken nuggets, or slice it down in 2 or 3 pieces. It's entirely up to you. Now as a final thing, in the background I did cook some mash. I got some vegetables, a bit of gravy. Serve it up as you want, but it's wonderful. Thanks for watching my videos. I really appreciate all the ratings, all the subscribers, and I'll see you on the next one, the original Naked Chef.